he has very, very strong grip with his legs, okay? He's like just clamped on there. And I can't, there's no way of getting my knee out until so you basically when you're walking back this way and getting his um, hips turned here. I'm only taking my weight off so you can see that we were bringing this knee back to the ground here. Okay, it's really important. And this is one thing I've noticed in here is what people are really struggling with the position of setting that up. So remember, I'm not walking like this, like I just did. Like I just did what I'm seeing. Okay. Remember, I'm turning. My knee is pinching into his hip, and my toes are coming to the ground, and this knee is coming up. Okay. And he's really clamped on above my knee. Like he's got a death grip with his legs. And so I'm going to start walking here to bring this knee as far to the ground as I can. And then I can bring the ball of my foot inside and pry this out. Okay. So we talked about that on Monday. I just wanted to cover it quickly because in jiu-jitsu, a lot of times there's an inverse of everything that you do. There's something that's like an inverted thing. So if we talked about getting to here, right? And I bring my elbow in, like we're not going to bring this because he can reach around my back and grab my forearm. Okay. But there is a circumstance where I'll use my hand, where I'm going to do a hand push. And that is walking the other way around, right? If I need to, I can walk all the way this way and get his leg down. And here, now I can put my hand on his knee. And he's probably very close to getting Von Flue choked. Okay, it's just coming on real slow. So I'm going to try to loosen up my arm, but we wouldn't do this. Okay? Here, I don't have to push with my elbow. I can bring my hand in and bring my knee through like this. And now he's obviously not going to let me pass. But we've already done the prying open with um our chin. So I'm going to show you coming up because I can come up and I can take the chin here and now I can sit down like this. So now we're looking at a different position where he's got to do. When I sit down like this, though, my first concern is what is he doing with this arm back here? Okay, I'm trying to find his elbow with my butt. I'm trying to sit up. And then I can bring my hand down here and start plying on this, and I can take my leg out this way. Okay? And I can keep a lot of pressure on him here. Okay? Like I want to go really slow. Okay, I want to go really slow. I want to start more pressure, more pressure. Like I'm controlling his jaw, I'm controlling his pant leg, and I start turning and I'm taking his arm away from his body with my body and coming to here. And now I have almost the opposite hip and shoulder control. I have a lot of weight over here. Look where my elbow is, pinning this elbow to the ground, and I'm on the far leg because that's the opposite hip. If I were to change to this leg, I'd cause myself a lot of problems. Okay, but if I can keep him here, I can control him. Now he tries to move around. Right, not gonna happen. I go here, he starts trying to move around. Getting to his side can be pretty easy. Right? He's gonna what? My chin, yeah, I'm just grabbing him. Exactly, that's a good question. So I'm grabbing him with everything I can on my body. I'm using my hip. I'm using my forearm. I'm using my hand. Everywhere I can touch him on my body, I'm using that for control. And so that's something to think about, especially when you're new in jiu-jitsu, because you don't walk around in your life and see something interesting. Yeah. And you're like, I'm going to touch that and see what it feels like, and then touch it with the outside of your calf. You've probably never done that. But in jiu-jitsu, we need to be able to have a very high level of feeling all over our body. And so we get that sensory input, and then we can use that area of our body. So I'm using everything that's touching him. So I'm around here, right? So I'm in this position. Look, except I was here maybe a little bit. Okay. So my elbow was on his armpit. We ended up here. So I'm using this for pressure. My leg came up. I'm trapping his arm. I'm using that for pressure. I'm using my chin for pressure. My shoulder is inside of his jaw. So I'm giving him traction here. And then I'm spreading. I'm creating tension from his right shoulder to his left hip because we need that cross diagonal tension in the body to control him. And that's why I said if I switch from this grip to this grip, I'm going to start to cause myself problems and lose control of the beginning. I still have a lot of control, but I'm going to start to lose some of that control, and he's going to start gaining control so the momentum changes. It's important to be aware of that. Because when I come to here, now I have tension from here to here. Same side shoulder to right hip. Now I'm losing control. Okay, so I'm gonna be here, and now, and if I want to switch to the far leg, that's okay. Look, I can come over here. I can start to control the shoulder, and then I can control this leg. Or he probably wouldn't have his arm like that. I can go over here. I can get more arm over here. Over here, over my leg to this shoulder, and now I can come to the inside leg. And now I have control here.